Well, today we are bringing you a very special show that teaches you about theater, but in a really fun way. We are going to use the story of Little Red Riding Hood today to show you different kinds of theaters, maybe some kinds of theaters you've never seen before. The students that you're going to see performing are my students. They're my top students. They're juniors and seniors at Celebration High School. And also over in the back, you'll see some people in shirts kind of like I have on. And they're my technicians. In my class, my students do all of it. They run the light boards and the sound boards, so they're in charge of my microphone, and it was my fault for not turning it on, so they did their job right. They built the sets, and they got all the costumes you're going to see. They're in charge of all the theater elements. So what you're going to see is their production that they brought on the road to you. So I am going to give you Totally Red.
Once upon a time, in a wonderfully magical place called Fairy Tale Land, existed a little girl known to the world as Little Red Riding Hood.
I know what you're thinking. You're saying to yourself, that old fairy tale, I've heard it a million of times.
But I guarantee you've never heard it told like this before.
You see, over the years, theater has changed a lot. So we thought it might be fun to take a familiar story, such as Little Red Riding Hood, and show you just how much it has changed.
We're going to start with a style we like to call storybook theater, and then we're going to have a little fun with it.
So sit back and get ready for the total experience of Totally Red!
Little Red Riding Hood was a very special little girl. For although she was in 3rd grade, she never talked back to her mother, never complained, and always tried to do the best at everything she was told.
We told you this was a fairy tale.
One day, her mother, who was a good and kind woman, who never embarrassed Little Red by saying such things as, "Who's your little boyfriend?"
Or by wiping Red's face with spit on a hanky in public,
asked her to do a very important favor for her.
Red, dear.
Yes, Mother?
Would you please be so kind as to take this to Granny's for me?
Of course I will, Mother. What is it?
Oh, just a few goodies I've prepared in that basket.
Low fat, low cholesterol, I hope.
No, I made her think she would enjoy.
Oh, is Granny's lumbago acting up again?
Yes, the poor dear.
I'll be happy to walk it over. It's such a lovely day.
Everyone walks in Fairy Tale Land.
They're very environmentally conscious.
And even though Little Red was in the middle of doing something she really enjoyed, she immediately stopped to take a long walk through the woods, never once complaining.
Well, this is turning out to be quite a fairy tale.
Don't forget your hood, Little Red.
Thank you for reminding me, Mother.
And so with that, Little Red set off through the woods to Granny's.
I forgot to warn her about that tricky big bad wolf. Oh my.
I'm bored. There's nothing to do in these stupid woods. I always want to eat when I'm bored. I know it's a bad habit, but hey, I'm full of bad habits. You could sort of say it's my trademark. I mean, they don't call me the big bad wolf for nothing. If only something would happen.
La, 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 la.
Hello.
Oh, look, flowers. I'll pick some for Granny.
What do we have here? Maybe today won't be so bad after all. Watch a pro in action. It's amazing how good I am at being so bad.
Oh, a pretty red one. Oh my.
Oh, I do beg your pardon. Allow me to assist you.
Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't see you there. How clumsy of me. Are you all right?
Don't worry about me. I'm fine. I was resting by this tree and didn't see you coming. Are you all right?
A little dusty, that's all.
What a lovely hood you have.
Why, thank you. My grandmother made it for me.
What a lucky girl to have such a talented grandmother.
I'll be sure to tell her you said so. She isn't feeling well, and I'm sure your words will cheer her.
You're too kind. I blush.
Not at all. You're a very nice person. What brings you to these woods?
Hopes of meeting someone like you.
Now I blush.
Living alone in the woods gets lonely at times.
Don't you have any forest friends?
It's rare finding someone interesting in the woods to talk to. Ever tried carrying on an interesting conversation with a squirrel? Don't bother. You're fun to talk to. You have a great, laugh.
I like you too. I'll tell you a secret. I get lonely too sometimes.
You? Anyone as nice as you must have lots of friends.
Not really. We live so far from town.
I don't suppose you'd want to be friends with a boring old wolf like me.
Don't put yourself down. I would be honored to call you friend. Hello, friend. I'm Little Red Riding Hood.
I'm called the Big Lou.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Lou. Here, want a flower?
Thanks. No one's ever given me a flower before. Well, friend, what shall we talk about?
Beautiful day, wouldn't you say?
That rhymes.
I beg your pardon?
Beautiful day, wouldn't you say? Rhymes.
I guess it does.
What a great laugh you have. So, your granny isn't feeling well. I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything I can do?
I'm afraid not, thanks.
What's in the basket?
Oh, lots of wonderful things.
Like what?
Well, there's... And... You know, I'm not really sure. Mother just said they were goodies.
Want a peek?
All right, I don't think it would do any harm. There's potato salad, fried chicken, homemade bread, and some strawberry preserves. You'd love my granny.
I'm sure I would. I'll have to have you both for dinner very soon. What a wonderful idea. What if I were to go with you to visit your granny?
What a lovely idea.
Ah, drat. I'm supposed to wait for someone here. Perhaps I could meet you at your granny's. Where does she live?
In that lovely house just at the edge of the woods.
With the roses on the trellis?
That's the one.
I'll meet you there in, shall we say, 1 hour?
Sure.
Agreed.
See you later, friend.
I may be ill. Too much sugar for my diet, but I've got a plan. Such a simple plan. And aren't those ones always the best? I'll take a shortcut to Granny's, getting there long before she does. And then I'll wait. What a goody-goody. Who wants to be friends with the goody two-shoes anyways? I'll get that goodies, or my name isn't the Big Bad Wolf.
And so, Lou, alias the Big Bad Wolf, fooled Little Red into thinking he was a kind and trustworthy friend.
He was a very clever wolf. He was full of tricks. Even his name was tricky. For you see, Lou is the French word for wolf.
Okay. So, the wolf had a plan. He would get a red cape. He would knock on Granny's door, grab Granny, lock her in the closet. Then he would put on her nightcap and robe. And then he would wait there. And when Little Red...
Hold it! Don't tell him the whole story or ruin the ending.
Oops. Sorry. Well, you're going to love the stuff coming up. Watch.
Who is it?
It's me, Little Red Riding Hood.
Well, how do I know it's really you?
For crying out loud, Granny, how many people knock on your door calling themselves Little Red Riding Hood?
Oh, well, you have got a point there. Even if it was a bit on the sassy side. Besides, I can see your red cape through the peephole. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Little Red, but one just can't be too careful these days. You never know when someone might just come in here and... No! What are you doing? Let me go! No! That's my hat! Don't you touch my hat! No! What? That... I need cookies to bake that apron. Don't you touch my apron! I need to bake cookies. No! No! Hey, don't... No! I'm not going to give up on that. No! Ow!
Well, that wasn't too difficult. Now to prepare for little Miss Goody Goody.
And so he waits. And waits. And waits.
Who is it?
It's me, Little Red Riding Hood.
Come in, Little Red.
Aren't you going to say, how do I know it's really you? Then peek through the peephole like you usually do?
How do I know it's really you?
Just look through the peephole and you'll see my red cape.
What a good idea. I guess it really is you. Come in, my child. What took you so long? I expected you 20 minutes ago.
Really, Granny? I didn't know you knew I was coming.
Well, you forget. I'm your grandmother, and grandmothers are very wise. I knew as soon as your mother heard I was sick, she would send my precious little red to me with a basket full of goodies.
That's amazing. Mother did send me with some goodies. Oh, Granny, I don't think Mother knows how sick you really are.
What?
Oh, Granny.
What?
Oh, Granny.
Enough of the old grannies already.
What big ears you have, Granny.
I beg your pardon?
I said, what big ears you have, Granny.
The better to hear you with, my dear.
And Granny, what big eyes you have.
The better to see you with, my dear.
And Granny, what a big nose you have.
Now hold it. You're getting a little personal here, don't you think?
And Granny, what a big mouth you have.
The better to eat you with, my dear.
You're not my Granny. You're Lou. You're the big bad wolf. Ah!
And with that, he began chasing her around the room and out the door. Meanwhile, the local chase through the woods did not go unnoticed by the local woodsman.
Is anyone out there? Hello? I seem to be locked in the closet. Hello? Oh, my.
Oh, Red, I know you're in here. Ha ha. Hold it right there, Wolf. You'll never catch me.
Good thinking, little girl in the red cape.
Thanks. I learned that from a friend. My friends call me Little Red Riding Hood.
Catch name. I'm Woody, the woodsman. After I take care of him, man, have fun or screw you home, Miss Hood. Hold it right there, big bad. Has anyone ever told you that you have a wonderful laugh?
I believe someone has.
Hello? Is anyone out there? Hello? I seem to be locked in the closet. Hello? Oh, my. So that's the end of our story.
Don't worry. Halfway home, Little Red remembered about her granny
She and Woody returned to Granny's cottage,
after getting rid of Lou
alias Big Bad Wolf.
and released Granny from the closet.
Granny brought out the goodies and they all sat down to tea.
And thus, another happily ever after in Fairy Tale Land. The end.
And
Around the turn of the century, melodrama was very popular. It was light and innocent, filled with the wrath of villains and the triumph of heroes. The plots always had many twists and secrets, in which the characters shared with the audience through an acting technique known as the aside. During the aside, the actor would deliver a short soliloquy in which he would express his thoughts or reveal a secret. After the soliloquy, all actors on stage would cease all action.
Oh, something tells me all is not right with this script. Surely the director would not have given all the lines to one actor. Am I right? We shall see.
Certain things remain consistent in melodrama. The heroine always got into trouble because of her innocence and naivete. And the villain always tricked everyone with his cunning.
This villain is tricking everyone with his cunning. I distinctly remember rehearsing those lines. Shall I stand idly by and suffer this injustice? I shan't cease! You overrated scene stealer, those are my lines. You shan't have them.
What spirit? But nothing will make me relinquish center stage.
Hold it right there. Narrator one. I say turn those lines or you're through.
Curses, caught in the middle of the act. I've been recast.
And in the end, the hero always saved the girl. Now, enjoy the scene between the big bad wolf, disguised as Granny, and Little Red Riding Hood, as it may have been seen in America in the 1890s. We call it The Perils of Being Misread.
Or meeting a wolf in the woods is a trip.
Gadzooks, now to begin my dirty work.
Who is it?
It is your dear sweet granddaughter, Little Red Riding Hood.
This will be like taking candy from a baby. Or in this case, goodies from a goody-goody.
Come in, Little Red.
But Granny, aren't you going to say, how do I know it's really you? Then look through the peephole like you usually do?
I must not let her suspect my true identity.
How do I know it's really you?
Just look through the peephole and you'll see my red cape.
Egad, what a simpleton.
I guess it really is you. Come in, my child.
Hello, Granny dear. I must be brave and cheerful. I must not let on how worried I am about her failing health. I brought you some goodies.
What took you so long? I expected you 20 minutes ago.
How strange. Something tells me not all is as it seems. Am I right? Only time will tell. Really, Granny, I didn't know you knew I was coming.
Gadzooks, this calls for some fast thinking on my part.
You forget. I'm your grandmother, and grandmothers are very wise. I knew, as soon as your mother heard I was sick, she would send my precious Little Red to me with a basket full of goodies.
That's amazing.
Come closer, dear.
Oh, Granny, I don't think Mother knows how sick you really are.
What?
Oh, Granny.
What?
Oh, Granny, what big ears you have.
I beg your pardon?
The old girl must be hard of hearing despite the size of her large ears. I said, what big ears you have, Granny!
The better to hear you with, my dear.
And Granny, what big eyes you have.
The better to see you with, my dear.
And Granny, what a big mouth you have.
The better to eat you with, my dear.
Oh, you're not my grandmother, you cad. Cease, desist, help me!
Unhand her, villain!
Curses, I've been discovered.
And all this time I believed you to be my friend. How could you do this to me?
I'll tell you why he did it, miss. He was hoping to get Granny's goodies to himself. I was delivering wood to Granny's when I overheard him talking about his villainous plot. I waited for the exact moment to catch him in the act. You should really stop talking aloud to yourself.
This is a pretty kettle of fish.
You snake! I wish there were a man so I could give you the thrashing you deserve!
What spirit dare I ask to walk her home? I'm Woody, the woodsman.
How brave he is. How stalwart. Only he would ask to walk me home. My name is Red Riding Hood.
Let's go, you.
Curses! The game is up!
May I have the honor of escorting you home, Miss Hood?
Why, thank you kindly, Mr. Woodsman.
Has anyone ever told you that you have a great laugh?
One of the most renowned playwrights of all time was William Shakespeare. He wrote in a poetic style that can make even the most mundane subjects sound beautiful.
During the Elizabethan period, women were not allowed on stage. All female roles were played by young boys. To recreate this style of theater, we decided to take the scene between Little Red Riding Hood.
Frailty, thy name is woman.
Thanks for that. And the Big Bad Wolf.
The devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape.
One may smile and be a villain.
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
Brevity is the soul of wit.
The play is the thing.
Alas!
Alack!
We now present Much Ado About Red.
Allow me.
I thank thee, kind sir, and beg thy forgiveness. I had not counted on walking upon my legs as well as thine. How goes it unto your account?
Alas, 'tis well with me, fair maid. Do not concern yourself on my account, for I accounted not for thee, as I lay prone under yon tree. Is it fair with thee, for fair thou seem to me?
Fair if thou find dost fair.
What a comely hood play.
'Tis of the hand of my grandmother.
And the hand of fate which hath graced you with such a relative.
I will tell her you spoke well of her, for well she is not, and thy words will cheer her.
Thou art kind, and thy kindness maketh me blush.
Nay, 'tis kindness well deserved. What bringeth thee to these woods?
Perchance to meet someone as fair as you. 'Tis truth, I say, solitude doth not give good counsel.
I prithee, hast thou no friends to speak of?
Speak of, aye. Speak with, nay. Hast thou never spoken with a squirrel? 'Tis squirrely speech at best.
Solitude is oft my counsel too.
Wouldst thou replace me for thy solitude?
'Twould be an honor to call thee friend. What say you then? Shall we be friends? And if we shall, then start we now.
What call thee friend?
I am called Red Riding Hood.
I am called Lou. What matter shall we speak of, friend?
Wouldn't now thou say 'tis a beautiful day?
'Tis verse.
What say thee?
Wouldst not thou say 'tis a beautiful day? 'Tis verse.
Sir, thou dost speak truth.
What have you in this basket?
Many wondrous things there is, and... Well, upon my honor, sir, I do not know.
Shall we peek?
Aye, 'twould not be unfitting. There is leg of mutton, bread pudding, mincemeat pie, and many wondrous things. Would that you could know of my grandmother.
Would that I could, why say I nay? When our business is concluded, where shall we meet?
She lives in a lovely house just beyond the woods.
With roses on the trellis.
Aye, 'tis the one.
When the hour hath passed,
Till we meet anon. Friend.
I mayst be ill.
Every generation has its own way of expressing itself. In the 1980s, a street slang evolved from a new style of music known as hip-hop. To illustrate this, we decided to take Red out of the woods and into the hood! Yeah! So chill while you peep Reds in the hood. Enough said. Word.
Excuse me, let me help you.
Oh, thanks. My bad, that was clumsy. You straight?
Straight? I was chilling here and didn't peep you. You straight?
A little dusty, that's it.
That's a hot hood you got?
Thanks, my grandmom's made it.
Straight? She could thread.
Thanks, I'll tell her you said so. My, you are a fly guy. What brings you to this part of the hood?
Hoping I meet a fly honey like you. Kicking into the hood gets lonely sometimes.
You ain't got no partners?
Ain't easy finding homeboys in the hood. I dig you.
I dig you too.
I'm Lou.
I'm Red.
Yeah! Straight! Alpha, Beta, Kappa, Omega! Yeah! Superman!
Chill day, wouldn't you say?
Peep that, it rhymes.
Excuse me?
Chill day. What did you say? It rhymes.
Yeah, it does. Hey!
You got a hip hey. What's up with the bag?
Oh, it's lots of eats for Grandma.
Yeah, like what?
I don't know. Mom just said there were eats. You dig my grandmom's.
Bet. I have y'all both for grub sometime. Hey, why don't I just stroll with you to your grandmom's?
That's chill.
Snap! I just remembered. I'm supposed to wait for my guy. I'll just meet you at your grandma's crib. Where's the pad?
It's the blue crib at the tip of the hood.
The one with the fly rose garden?
That's it.
Bet. Grandmom's in an hour.
Bet. Later, homeboy.
I may be ill.
Avant-garde first became popular in the 50s. It's the style of theater that seems to break all of the rules.
Perhaps the only rule about avant-garde is that there are no rules.
Some people consider it to be deep and meaningful theater filled with symbolism and metaphor to enlighten one's inner soul.
And some people just think it's weird.
You decide.
Now, let us journey together as we share our final experience entitled Call the Moment Red.
I am a deceiver.
Deceiver, deceiver.
I lay wait by this tree. Allow me. I didn't mean to fail you.
Deceiver! Deceiver!
You are kind.
Beware of what comes.
And where are you going?
Does anyone truly know their destination?
Grannies, goodies.
And who are you?
I am still searching to find who I am.
But what is your name?
Red.
Red like the sun, red like the cardinal. Take flight, little cardinal, take flight from this one.
I am Lou!
Deceiver, deceiver, Lou means wolf.
Beware. May I journey with you?
A journey made with a friend takes you to a better place.
Beware. Friend.
I may be ill.
I am a tree.
Once upon a time, in a wonderfully magical place called Fairytale Land, existed a little girl known to the world as Little Red Riding Hood.